With Everything Nash, we are not having any fun, but we're here with Billy Dean on the Country Music Cruise, one of my absolute favorite weeks of the year, and I'm here with one of my absolute favorite humans. So funny how that works. Talk about being on this cruise. Why do you love it so much?
You know, you get to see a lot of your old friends and buddies, and you get to see how time has dealt with them over the years. You know, you get to share a lot of stories. A lot of people that understand me and my work are on this boat, and there's only a handful of people that you can share those things with. So it's really great to see where everybody is at in their life and where they're headed, and most of us are, you know, grandparents now, and we got that in common. And so but on top of that, that's on the business side. It's the sweet people that come and spend the money that come on this cruise and make you feel like $1 million every time you run into them. And I remember the days when you're doing 200 and something shows a year, your patience was worn thin, and you would avoid, you know, you stay in your stateroom, you know, you just try to avoid people till you could rest up. But not at this stage of my life, man. It's like I have the life I have is because of the people on this cruise, and I'm very grateful to them.
That's beautiful. So are you one of those? So I've seen Marty Raybon from Shenandoah already having breakfast. I've seen some of the home free guys eating. Are you one of those that likes to be out and mingling with everyone?
Well, I sleep in a lot. I'm a big fan of doing nothing. I'm telling you, ever since I moved back to my home state of Florida, I moved down to St. George Island, I've been worthless. You know what we did this morning? We watched Coal Miner's Daughter, and I snot cried through the whole thing because I knew Loretta and Patsy, and I had never seen it all the way through. And that's what we did this morning. We watched that, and just nobody will know it 10, 20 years from now, but to be a part of that country music history and to get to work with people like that is like, you know, it's huge for me. So anyway, we get out a little bit. Depends on when the news is done. No, we do. We like get out. I just love these folks that I've seen on here, man. Too a lot of people from the northeast. I didn't, you know, the Delaware, Connecticut, and all that stuff. I don't get up there as much as I used to. You just don't think of that being, you know, country music territory. But man, there's a lot of people from up there.
It's cold.
That's on this.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
I'm from
I thought it was
Pennsylvania.
me.
It's
I
cold
thought
up
you
there.
were here.
It's
Just cold.
Okay, so you were talking about your fans. 34 plus years you've been in country music.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
I've known you for like 20 of those, I think.
Yes, you have.
But talk about that, because that's a really long time.
I still wake up every day, honest to God. When you grow up like dirt poor like we did, your biggest fear is going back to that. I wake up every day still having that fear, you know, and then I forget, man, well, you've been okay for 34 years. You hadn't had to go get a real job yet. Yeah, I keep thinking I'm probably have to go get a real job somewhere. But I left Nashville about 7 years ago. My son's up there and his wife, my old grandson. But you know, I never wanted to be one of those guys, one of the older artists that would not move out of the way for the younger artists coming. I didn't want to be that guy. I saw a lot of people before me that way, and so I left and went. I did Branson for a little while. You know, I tested positive for Branson, and then I moved back home to Florida, and I thought I was done. I really did. I thought, well, you know, it was a good run, and I'm still writing, and I like storytelling. The older you get, the better storyteller you get, because you got another year or layer of story in you. But then the 90s started coming back, and here we are, just, you said, 34 something years later. I was like, I can't believe we're getting a second wind right now, you know. And it's awesome. Only thing is, I'm not 30 anymore. The traveling kicks my butt.
So, Florida, good segue, Billy Dean. You wrote a song for the Ron DeSantis campaign, Never Back Down.
I did.
What, like, politics aside, what a great song.
Thank you for that. You don't see me posting anything political out there. I don't get in the middle of it. I don't know enough about it, but I do live in Florida, and I have done a lot of work for a lot of legislators on both sides of the fence in Florida. And I've watched DeSantis work with both sides, and people like him there in Florida. He's been a good governor, and so they asked if I would write him like a walkout song, like something. And I thought, well, it's just probably on be like 15 seconds or 20 seconds. And I tried and tried, and I couldn't do it. I was like, man, I'm not good at writing to order kind of thing. So I started thinking, I do have my own personal views and everything, but basically, I am trying to honor my father. My father was a World War II veteran. He was try being raised by a guy that was in the Battle of the Bulge. Try being raised by that guy, and love my dad. But tried to grow me up really quick. It was a dangerous world, and he was very American, and he was very much about certain ideals, freedom, and all that kind of stuff. And I just felt like there's so many people trying to shame us for liking a country and loving your country, shaming you because you want the rule of law, all this kind of stuff. And the more I thought about it, the madder I got, and that song spewed out of what I wanted to say. And we gave it to the DeSantis campaign, totally thinking that they were, oh no, that would be too controversial. They didn't change a word of it. And they ran with it, and it struck a nerve. And so, just as quick as I stepped into the politics, I'm stepping right back out, man. That's it. That's all. I speak through my music, I guess.
He is a smart man. Music. Last question for you. Last time we spoke, you said you were working on something new, so give me an update. And you had talked about you have some old stuff that you want to put out again. You might have some new stuff too.
So last year I put out an album that I've written like during COVID, because I was down on the island there in Florida, and I wrote a lot of fun parties. I thought, I've been, so, my music was, serious, I guess you could say. It was like, man, I just want to have a lot of fun, with my music, and so I did an album called The Rest of It's Mine. It was like kind of a message to my kids who are grown adults, like, don't even be circling back around. Now, the rest of it's mine. My time's mine. My savings is mine. You guys are doing good. I wanted to write a song for all of that crowd, And but so we put that out last year, and then I had, I probably have 70 or 80 masters that have never been released that I've recorded since 2006 and 7. Waiting to see how do you release songs and what do you do, and but I think it's some of the best stuff that I've ever been a part of as a writer going to come out. So I'm going to work on a thing this year, including a song with my daughter, who's a nurse, and I talked to Vince Gill a few days ago. He said he'd love to sing on it and play with me, and so I just want to collaborate with some friends that I haven't really I've known for years but haven't really collaborated with. So, and I'm long-winded, aren't I?
And then when you're ready to release that, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what you throw a song. Now that's this Never Back Down thing has struck a nerve. So that's got to go on something. I got to put that out. We might even do my own little video of that. But I don't know what to do. I don't know. I just keep trying to write the best stuff I can write and stay relevant.
We'll talk to you anytime.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy Dean. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Billy Dean, guys.